What's up, everybody? Obviously, we're not playing video games. This is something different. I want to try a different series. So this is episode 1 called Run the Mindset, where I want to interview amazing people in just the fighting game space or fans of fighting games and just ask them questions that normally you don't really ask, and also ask common questions that maybe some of you want to know. Our first guest, my man Yipes. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
You comfy?
Yeah. Actually, I'm not really tripping on the comfy part, but like, do you actually want to see each other when we talk? It doesn't matter to me.
Oh yeah, we can. You want?
There you go. Okay, yeah, I see you now. I want to connect with my interviewer. You know?
Yeah. You want to look into my eyes?
Yeah. You know. Nah, but I'm doing good though, man. All jokes aside.
First thing I want to ask you, what got you started into playing fighting games? Because you were, I know you played a lot of Call of Duty and shooters like Unreal Tournament, but like, how'd you get into fighting games? Who convinced you to come into the land of, hey, let's go to Chinatown Fair and play some Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Okay, so I always loved fighting games, but I never knew it was like a level of competition like that.
Yeah.
And mind you, I knew competition existed through, shooters, which was Unreal Tournament. Man, my man knows his history. See, he knew the game and everything. I'm really paying attention. No, around that time when I was coming up, I was really good friends with 2 people. Their name is Pedro X. What a corny name. I used to like for that name like all the time. And then for those that know Dominion, Kev.
Yep.
We all knew each other through mutual friends, So, but the first time I played serious competition in fighting games was in a spot called Casa de Moda. I was the neighborhood bully. I was cooking everybody, right? And then here comes Dominion. I'm like, damn, this guy is really patient. Like that was like the first take I got from him. I played him in Marvel 2, I played him in Alpha 3. Those are like the main machines that was there. He just told me, he's like, hey man, you're pretty good. Like you shouldn't waste your talent here. Like I'm gonna take you to Chinatown Fair. He took me, and the rest is history, man. That's when I seen you for the first time. That's when I seen Sanford. Arturo, seen a couple other guys that I've seen just through names, right? Like in tournament results, but I never seen them face to face. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know how you look like, bro. Like for a hot minute, I just seen the videos.
There was the funny part is like when you use like what's the Casa de Mundo?
Casa de Moda.
De Moda. It's funny because Chinatown Fair was not my first arcade. I had a little spot too called Raul's Candy Store.
Raul's.
Right, in Lower East Side.
Okay.
So they were telling me, yeah, you need to go to Chinatown, don't waste your talent here type of thing too. Like it's just a Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine and an Area 51 machine.
Oh, throwback in a good shooter joint,
yeah. Right, so.
Shout out to Raul.
I think it's still there maybe, but I haven't been in New York for a long time, but if you guys want to visit that place, it's on 12th Street between Avenue B and C.
Hopefully he ain't like luring you into like a dark alley or something.
No, I mean it's a main street.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a great place. I remember when you were playing, you were like, there's like 3 Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinets. I just remember you were always in the back one for a bit because you had to train up.
Yep.
Right. So that one, and that one's a janky machine too. Like that one was not properly taken care of.
Man, plus it was so small, like you had the elbows on you and stuff. Well, it wasn't super small. It wasn't a standard small cabinet. It had some space, but certain body sizes and stuff.
Yeah. Would you get a tattoo?
Actually, no.
Never.
So the reason why I wouldn't even say it's lore. It's just I remember my grandma, when she rest in peace, she just straight up looked at me and was like, when I was young, she was like, I don't know what she saw, man. She saw some on TV. I don't know. This is way before social media. And one day she just looked at me and was like, baby, don't you ever put a tattoo on your body, ever in your life. You hear me? Look at me, I'm dead serious. And I was like, yo, chill, grandma, okay, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Just a little added bonus. She never wants me to have earrings or piercings. Now me, I don't knock it. Like, I always thought about like doing piercings and stuff like that, a tattoo even, but just out of the respect for my mom and grandma, I'm gonna keep it clean.
I was gonna ask if you want to get matching tattoos with me.
What is it though?
It could be whatever you want.
Nah.
Maybe like my name on you and your name on mine. No?
No.
Yeah. I mean, if you...
Next question.
How did it feel like when you were like going to Evo finally and like doing damage and then finally winning Evo? That's
kind of crazy. JWong asked me this question too, which is cool.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, you both times.
Yeah. Well, so to tell you the truth, this is the thing about me, right? When it comes to just having fun and just being in the moment, I never had no real expectations of how good I was gonna do. So just to give you a lore, and me going to Vegas, I just wanted to see all the West Coast homies that I was always talking to online. So like Potter, Fat Toy, You know what I'm saying? Crizzle. Never put faces to these names. We would just always talk on SRK, IRC, and stuff like that. Just talking. Yeah, I never really had expectations And it was so funny. I was so innocent to it that I didn't even know what the hell was the top 8 or top 3. I just know who was the winner. That was that. You know what I'm saying?
No, same.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I didn't know about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I qualified in 05, and they just like, oh, great. You play tomorrow. And I was like, all right. So it was like, cool. Like, what time I got to be here? Such and such and such. And I showed up. Place was packed. I was like, oh, crazy. And obviously I got second place in that one, losing a duck. And that was when that was the turning point where I kind of took things a little more serious because I didn't know how serious East Coast, West Coast was.
The rivalry.
Came back from New York, Sanford, you know what I mean? Came up to me, he's like, yo, man, someone wants to pay you for money. I was like, all right. You know, I'm coming off the tournament, a little more confident now and shit. Long story short, I lost my money, right? But I tried to shake this man's hand and he just said, bye-bye. I didn't even shake my hand, Jay. I don't even know you remember that.
I don't remember. I felt like I was a little douche back then.
You was a bit, well, you was cool until, I knew this is how serious he was because before any of those matches happened, it was real cool. But then afterwards, he was a bit douches. But I didn't take it like personal. I was just like, damn, he really gives a Matrix was being like your biggest cheerleader at the time.
I think it was his fault because I feel like he was just, instigators. Like, New York City, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 were so good for some reason. And literally, me, you, and Sanford, we just get all peer pressured into it.
Yes.
Peer pressured, instigated by Chris Matrix, in particular, for sure, him.
Free.
And like he just convinces us. Everyone's saying you washed up, you gotta do something, blah blah. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I need to do something. Like he just really I don't know how.
that's such an ego.
Like I don't even know how because like even now like we're doing our own right, and somehow he convinced Sanford Kelly like to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online like all the time now, and I'm like, how'd you convince him?
Here comes 06. I had a little pressure on me. This time I was like, oh shit, I got second last year. What am I gonna do this year? I mean, I got fifth, and it's funny enough, you won it back. You beat Chunkster in the finals. That's how I knew how serious you got in terms of getting the title back, and then it got me serious to be like, all right, I have to step my. Now, funny enough, going into 07, I had no expectations either. I'm like, man, I'm out here with the boys. Because I don't know if you remember, 05, we was there. None of the homies was really there. Like, Matrix wasn't there. Desmond wasn't there. It was just Wickfall, Liston, Chaz, and I believe...
It was not many.
Sean Morgan? Damn, I remember this vividly. Starbury. I had no expectations. I was such in a relaxed state, but I was like pretty much the hitman that whole time. I would get calls from Fuji like, yo, man, we're down the hole in terms of a lot of money. Like, hey, you come and rescue us. I'm like, all right, we pull up. That's when I played Elon. Yeah. You was talking man shit that match, too. He was like, oh, this. You remember when I finished the set with his own team?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was like, this. He was talking mad. You can find this footage. It's on ZachD.com.
We need to watch some of that to, like, refresh the memory because, like, I feel like a lot of stuff has happened. Because the one that's, like, really famous on YouTube, Smooth Viper Pop-Off compilation. That one just goes crazy.
You have no idea how that was in person too, man. There was a lot of liquid courage and nerves as well,
right?
All around. So
obviously, like going from like being Evo champion, you also like paved this way into like becoming like the best commentator. Everyone's really following the footsteps, trying to like become like Yipes or have a little bit of Yipes within them. Like, how did you what made you think like, oh, I'm actually pretty godlike at this?
We was always doing it in Chinatown. I mean, you remember?
Yeah, the curly mustache.
We was always talking shit, you know what I mean? Especially if I had money on people. So, like, I mean, nobody wanted to bet against you. So, when I did have those opportunities to, like, back Desmond against, like, Javier and, like, Josh Whitfall.
Oh, those are the ones. Like, Javier.
Yeah. I would always bet on Desmond. And, Javier, he's, like, known to be a counter picker and shit. I'm like, Desmond always plays center first no matter what's the matchup. So, I'm going to hype him up so he can stay hyped. But I guess through that, it kind of gave me that edge in terms of like how to project myself in terms of how to talk. And then on top of that, I wrote music a lot, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, I used to spit a lot of bars. Now, I guess in terms of putting it together as a commentator style would have to be when we was doing the Battlefield Arcadia tournaments back in the day. We did it at the Arc. This was in 2009. And that's actually around the time where I met Chung. So, and we were so cool. And we had like a lot of stuff in common. And one time I grabbed the microphone. He grabbed the microphone. Literally, I didn't even ask him. He just knew what was up. We just started talking shit from there. So at that point in time, that's when things got it fun for me. Because I'm like, oh, man, this is actually cool. Especially, me being at the time like a very high like level competitor. Well, let me take this back. I ain't going to lie. At that time, I was wild. I was just talking wild shit, making noises. Yeah, I was having mad fun. You know what I mean? But with age, I understood like the growth of the scene. and what people want to see, because you know my ultimate passion is to bring more people into the FGC community.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself. I was like, yeah, I'll be funny and stuff naturally, but now I'm gonna have to be a little more analytical and explain these things to the people that don't understand what's going on the screen. But I do it on my own terms. Like I'm not gonna sit there and break 1 + 1 for like 10 hours. Like I'm not doing that.
Too much of that is needed.
So it'd be fun. I mean, I relate to people, and it works. You know, I've had parents come up to me like back in the day, like, "Hey, man, like me and my son, me and my daughters, me and my husband, love what you guys doing. Like, I'm loving the phrases that you're hitting us with because we relate to that, you know, and you're making the game fun for us, you know." So I don't know. Naturally, I just like doing it, man. And then on top of that, you know, for a long time, we wasn't getting paid for that.
Yeah, you're just doing it for free.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yo, man, I'm pulling up. We put our money together, get our rooms or whatever the case is." And it's funny because we're at a Big E tournament. Big E was one of the big reasons. Big E and Spooky were the main heavy influencers for me to be a commentator. For Spooky, like, you know, he would always look for me for the broadcast, like, "Yo, man, come on the mic and talk some shit." Big E was, he gave me more opportunity to do it. You know, I'd be told, "Hey, man, you want to do some Street Fighter 4? You want to do some Marvel?" You know what I mean? And this when, like, Marvel 3 came out, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Yeah, I got you, E." You know what I'm saying? I did that, like, on some, like, homie hookup. And it wasn't one of those things where I was looking for the mic vulture and, "Oh, man, let me do it.
Yeah.
They just would always ask for me, you know, and I delivered. You know? So.
I mean, we're here and NEC, and we're gonna commentate Street Fighter 6 Top 8 today.
Crazy, and he's in Top 8. That's
Yeah, like I'm gonna just go running back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get back to the spectator seat, to be honest.
Best seat in the house sometime, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Watching it so long, I miss it. But it's just, it's just a time thing, man. Like at this point in my life, it's pretty hard to really focus on competition.
No, I mean we're older and we have grown-up responsibilities.
Crazy, man. Crazy how time changed. Like I be looking at tournaments, like man. But you know, I live through a lot of the players now. Like you know, guys like Mena.
Yeah.
Like man, so proud of that kid. Even when he loses, like I don't care.
Is it more of like country support? Like he's Dominican.
100%. But the thing is, it was his upbringing. You know, his upbringing for him to get to this level is very inspiring. So like seeing him back in there. I remember my first time I seen this kid do was in an event that Snake Eyes went to DR for Street Fighter 4, and he was playing this little kid in an exhibition.
He was playing Elena.
It's just crazy. You fast forward and this guy's a 2-time Capcom Cup champion. Like, wow, that's crazy.
My first time ever meeting Menardi, it was literally, he was the resemblance of old school FGC. It was a like SoCal regionals tournament. I think it wasn't it was a big tournament in SoCal. I don't think it was SCR, but it was an esports arena, right? And him and Kava were both there. Only 2 Dominican players. And they literally went to every player. You want a money match? You want a money match? You want a money match? And nobody knew who they were. They just came in just like, "You want a money match?"
Banking.
And I'm like, yo, that's ridiculous, right? So from there, you could tell that he's so passionate. Like the whole country, all the players, they're just so passionate. So it's just beautiful that the fact that like, literally like, without Mena RD or like Kaba, like, you know, they would never have like Blink Respawn or, you know, that one year where Capcom Finals would have been there if it wasn't for the pandemic.
Yep.
So hopefully they do revisit that. But do you think you mentioned earlier, like, oh, like you competed last year for DNF Duel and now you have like a different mindset now. You think the competition wise, like competitive depth is like done?
I don't think so, no. I feel so this is how I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna find a sweet spot where I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable. I could go back to doing something that I really like. You know what I mean? Because that's what I did with the music. Like I got to a point where like I was comfortable and I was like, and mind you, I didn't revisit that shit for like years.
Yeah.
And then, but through those years, you know, since I got older, I got more to talk about. I got more creative, more smarter. So I was like, I'll revisit it. But that's because I was more comfortable. Fighting games, hopefully, if I don't catch arthritis, you know what I mean? God forbid. But I feel like there will be a point in time where I could come back fully and have some fun. But in terms of traveling, like some CPT,
nah, I'm done.
I don't know, bro. If anything, at max, at max, I would just try to be the New York bully. You're not getting the top 8 because I'm here.
Yeah, that's kind of
I probably want to do that.
That's literally what John Choi did at Evo. Like he's like, or Alex Valle. They just show up and just ruin like somebody's dream, right? Alex Valle ruined Bon Chance and Knuckle Dude dreams one year.
I was there.
John Choi beat Daigo when Daigo was with the evil Ryu, and Choi watched him with regular Ryu.
I seen that too.
Me, I'm just like casual, try hard. Like I don't really care too much about it now, just because it's like there's just so much other things to do and to work on, and you know, like I said, we're not young anymore, right? All the best players now that you see, they're literally just grinding online like Punk and Do. and they're all young, right? They can do stuff like that, and they're killing it. I always wonder this: what made you want to use wear your curly mustache at? Like, what does that mean?
I'm glad that you asked this question because a lot of people kind of tend to f this up, and they
Exactly.
assume. And I feel like it's cool, like assuming because they're so invested in breaking it down. Like, man, what the hell is Yipes talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? So I'll tell you exactly the story. A bit of a rewind. It was Seasons Beatings 2007.
Great tournament.
Great tournament. Momo's had a bowling alley, food right then and there.
Ooh, yeah.
That was like a gamer's dream. And like right next door is a mall with alcohol and you know, Fuji always has like a dedicated day for like money matches and stuff before it goes to the actual tournament. You know, I'm a little inebriated, right? So
under the influence.
There was a match going on because people was talking shit about it in the SRK forums for quite some time. It was Demon Hayo versus Bill Wellman. No. Wait, no. Demon Hayo versus Potter.
Potter.
That's Potter. I think Preppy was there too. So he was like, hey, can you watch the camera for me real quick?
He's recording.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, sure. So he had it on the stand. So I'm literally behind that the whole time talking wild shit. And it's mostly because Demon High is from the East Coast, so I'm gonna go with him. But I had money up on it as well, right? I mean, I found a little side bet to do it. But curly mustache, when you look at the can, the Pringles can,
yeah,
right? It's a couple of things there that pretty much is gonna make sense to you. So, you know, obviously when you pop it, right? You pop the top. So that is a punchline for your defense is terrible.
Okay, it's weak.
Yeah, your defense is weak. You're popping like a can of Pringles. So, you know what I mean? You're keeping the lid shut the whole time when you're on defense, but when you open you up, your top pops. You know what I'm saying? The curly mustache is the guy that's on the Pringles can. So that's why I'd be like, yo, you're so Pringles. What the hell is your curly mustache? So it's pretty much saying that your freaking your defense is terrible.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So at that moment when I was saying it, Potter was just getting opened up like Christmas morning, bro, from Magneto. Like I'm talking about everything was in.
Yeah.
And that's when I said the famous line.
Okay, because yeah, I thought that would be the case. What do you have against the Knicks? We both from New York. I love the Knicks. You know, I was the biggest New York Knicks fan for the longest time, but I stopped watching basketball because Michael Jordan will always
bust ass. Yes.
Every time they get to the playoffs, they cannot avoid the matchup because of just the regional seeding. They just lose second round every single time. You know, and you know when Michael Jordan retired and he went to his baseball. Then the Knicks had a shot, and then who they lost? Is the Pacers? Like, I love the Knicks, but yeah, would you say you have a similar thing where you're like,
okay,
Knicks because you know Patrick Ewing's nice, John Stark, they're nice.
I'm not gonna get into detail. Just look it up. Patrick Ewing missed the layup. I'm not even gonna get into detail because I'm gonna get salty talking about it. But reason I said that was because not necessarily that I hate the Knicks. I was salty about that moment. Yes. Yeah, Potter had the New York Knicks colored Sentinel.
Okay.
So while Demon High was them up, that's the only thing that popped in my mind was the Knicks. All off of the strength. And it's funny because years later, it's an actual inside joke. It's in Marble 3, the actual color.
Yeah, the color. Yeah, they put that.
The New York Knicks Sentinel. So it was kind of funny. Shout out to Seth Killian. He was he's a student of the game. Very cultured, very knowledgeable about the history of the FGC. So for him to put that in there, that means he was definitely watching all those Zach D videos.
I mean, he was playing before us. He was on Team USA when they did the first USA versus Japan. Like,
rocking the Mexican style, bro.
And like this one right here.
What is that, Seth?
Good old times. You plan on getting married though? Like if you getting married, are you gonna have like a wedding?
Yes. The budget though, I don't know.
You want me to tell you how much it cost for my wedding when you went to it?
I feel like an NBA team could have just went and practiced in there.
It wasn't. Nah, it was like normal, like decent size.
Yeah, it was nice, bro.
It was like 100 something people there.
400K.
How much?
400K.
No, that's way too much. The weddings don't cost that much.
I'm only going by prestige here, Jay.
Yeah.
You're just in Wong now,
no,
right?
That's crazy. I would never spend 400K.
Okay,
for
150.
No.
Not even? Or 80K?
Nah.
Not even?
30.
Oh, that's not bad.
So would you have a wedding now knowing the price?
Well, you actually gave me a little piece there, so I guess I'm gonna have to skip the church. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought about it. Especially, I'm getting to that point in my life where I already know like the trajectory of what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Would I be invited?
Yeah, absolutely. You're definitely top of my list.
Who would you not invite?
Who would I not invite to a wedding?
Like if you had a limit of like, let's say, so I was only able to invite 50 people on my side, and there were a lot of and obviously I had like 50 people, but 15 of them was family. So that means I had 35 friends.
Right.
There were some people that told people that were invited that they were very upset that they didn't get invited.
Oh yeah.
Like they were very salty. They felt hurt and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro.
Like, yeah, think about it, bro.
I can't. Like, it's expensive. Like, it's, bro. I'm like, I'm already spending $30K on a wedding.
Dog, and it's love at the end of the day. It's not like you sponsored us for the wedding either. It was just an invitation. We literally bring ourselves out. So it's a special moment, you know? So we definitely show some love on that, man, for sure. So I can't say no names. You can't put me on the spot, man. I'm gonna have some beef with people, man. But anybody that's a bad drinker that can't hold it down for real, like, I don't mind if you pass out or something, you know what I'm saying? You'll be all right, but like passing out, I gotta carry you. You throwing up everywhere. Nah, not on my wedding, man.
There would be people that would be very salty if you didn't invite them.
It'll be tough. That's why I'll probably try to keep it local or something.
After marriage, obviously happy. You know, would you want your own kid?
Hell yeah.
How many kids?
I'll do 3 max.
3? Okay.
So it doesn't matter if it's like 2 girls, 1 boy. I just need a combination of a girl and a boy.
All right. So let's hypothetical situation, because I had this in my dream. I want 2 kids, right? Yeah. So let's say you already have 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl. You let it rip. Oh, I'm pregnant. I got 2 lines on the thing, right? It ain't COVID. You know, you go to the doctor. They're doing the gel thing to see what's inside the belly. Yeah. Got twins. That's 4.
Well, my pockets won't be happy about that. But the write-offs will look good. I ain't go for that. That's crazy. I sounded like a monster right now. It's not about money.
You're just not ready for it.
Yeah. It's not about money. I'm just looking at the pros and cons here, right? But if I had twins on the first go, I feel like that'd be half the mission, and I'll have less stress if they're boys. And the only reason I say that is because I'm the last of the Mohicans in my family. We don't have no boys. I don't have like nephews. It's all nieces. I have 4 nieces.
That's funny that you say that for your side, for boys. Our side of the family is all boys. So I broke the curse.
So you bring the girl to the family. Oh, wow.
Because my cousin has 2 boys.
Okay.
So like, you know, like we were the first ones in our side to like have children, and I broke the curse with Harper.
Well, there you go. Mission complete, huh? Family happy.
You know, I was always wondered, right? Because we travel a lot.
Right.
You're not scared of flying, right?
Hell no. So check this out, right? So, you know, obviously when you're young, and this is when I first started traveling, because the only time I got on a plane for real is when I was heading to DR to visit family, right? So I wasn't really tripping then, and then, you know, I was a kid, so I was like, my attention span was just ass. I was always doing something, you know what I mean? I was wilding out. When I realized that I had to travel a lot for like events, I just literally go to myself, I say, hey, put my headphones on, put some music, knock out, seatbelt, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm at that point now. So no, I'm not scared, but it does cross my mind. It's like, man, I don't want to wake up one day to somebody right next to me. Oh my God, we're going down. I'm gonna just look at homie, and I'm gonna be like, deuces, man. Now I'm saying that now. I don't know if like in the moment I'm a panic. Oh my God, I don't want to die.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone in the moment will panic.
Yeah.
But for me, I thought about that in my head. If I knew I was going down, I would literally try to go back to sleep. Because if I go to sleep and I die when I'm sleeping, at least I know, like, I didn't take that 1 hit of burst damage. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Because you're gonna feel it.
Yeah. Right? Wow, that's morbid.
I'd rather just sleep and just be like, I'm out.
That's what I said. When I do the deuces, go right back to sleep, man. Hopefully, I hope I'm asleep when that happens. So.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because like you just always dodge Japan. Like, I want you to go to Japan. You love anime. You love video games. Man. You know, you love you mess with the sushi now too. Like, you know, Japanese culture is like in you now. So it's like you've never been to Japan. So I always thought you were scared of flying.
No. So it's crazy. The timing was just always off. So I'll tell you a couple of instances I was supposed to be there. So when Street Fighter V was out, this was right when Season 2 came out. I remember when Season 2 came out, swinging high. NLBC was on fire every week. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese competition is crazy. International competition is crazy. So they was doing Topanga one year, and they needed the English broadcast. And this was my man, cameraman, was handling it at the time. Shout out to cameraman. It was supposed to happen. It was like, yo, Yipes, I'm going to give you such and such and such. Come through, do the English broadcast. And I was like, sweet. So I was already mentally excited, like, holy shit, it's finally happening. You know, I'm going to Japan, and then they canned it. It wasn't even cameraman's fault. I think Topanga was just like, yeah, we're not gonna do it no more. We're just gonna do Japanese, the Japanese stream, and that was it. Another one was the Evo Japan that was supposed to happen, but the pandemic happened.
Yeah,
I was supposed to go to that one, and then I was a little salty last year because I thought I was gonna go to Evo Japan, but we did the live one.
Yeah, in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. So at this point, it's not that I gave up on it, but I don't hold my breath. So I gotta really find an opportunity to use it as a vacation instead of an event. Because the thing is, in my mind, I'm locked in automatically as, all right, I have to do an event there. But I never really thought about it as a vacation. Or
yeah, well, let's go to Japan. Let's go together. Let's go to Japan. I'll sponsor the trip.
Hey,
I'll sponsor the trip, and then you just have to do some content. We good. We'll get that squared out.
Shit, holla at us. Japan has a lot of influential shit I want to just be a part of, and who actually got me hyped to even go there more was Tasty Steve. Shout out to my brother. He literally said when he got off the train, I think like you get off the plane, you get on a train to get what you gotta go, cab, whatever. But
go to the hotel and everything, drop it off, take a shower.
Yeah, but he took a train. I don't know if it was the bullet train or not. I'm pretty sure.
No, yeah, you take a train. Everyone takes a train.
Yeah, so freaking, apparently he got out. I forgot where he was at exactly. He seen like the square somewhere. He got down on his knees and just started crying.
First time or like recently?
First time.
Okay, I was like, he must have gone like many a time.
Oh, now yeah, he practically lived it.
Yeah, I thought you were like every time he just starts crying.
No. He literally said he dropped his bags, got down on his knees, and just started crying. And I was like, I gotta experience this. Like him explaining it gave me goosebumps. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. You know, so for sure, I'm down though. Hell yeah.
You pick your food?
Nah, I eat everything. I think the farthest
so you eat weird?
Yeah, I can eat weird. I don't like octopus.
Okay, I won't give you octopus. So Japan, they're very famous for like lots of like, traditional weird stuff that we're not used to. Would you eat horse?
Yes. Damn, I feel evil afterwards for sure, but yes, I would.
Raw horse?
They give you raw horse?
Yeah. It's like a sashimi, horse sashimi.
Just to say I did it.
You ever watch The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Remember the episode where Homer Simpson almost died because he had the puffer fish?
Yes.
Fugu?
Yes.
Would you eat that?
No.
Well, they license over there. They certified.
But is it a possibility I could die? Do I have to sign like waivers?
No waivers. They have like a diploma saying I can serve fugu.
Because they gotta cut a specific part of it, right?
I had it. I went to a fugu only restaurant.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was scared.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll let fate decide that. I will probably
coin flip?
Yes. I will flip a coin right then and there. Like, all right, we're gonna go in this restaurant. You gotta eat this. I'm like, all right, hold on, let me see something. And I'll flip the coin. If it lands on where I wanted to land.
So Boss took me to this izakaya restaurant. It's like a tapas place.
Shout out to Boss, my bro.
And he ordered this one thing, and I was very hesitant to eat it. Nobody else from USA ate it, but I ate it. Raw chicken. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Chicken sashimi?
I'll try it.
Okay. Yeah, because for some reason you can eat chicken sashimi there, and you won't like get sick with salmonella and everything like that.
Yeah.
Outside of like, we'll go to Japan, do like local FGC stuff, right? And obviously locals now, they're doing bad, right? You think like online tournaments are killing locals?
In a way, yeah, I would say. Not to say that it's a bad thing to not play online, you know what I'm saying? Because, the comfort of your own home, you're safe, you're saving money. There's a plus to it, right? But in terms of what the FGC stands for, a bit, I feel like it is kind of diluting it a bit in terms of offline. It's too many. It doesn't promote that camaraderie, man. Like you'll be in person when you get that feel, like when you can ask questions, you can talk to people, you can potentially
make friends,
friends, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes away from it. And it does kill a lot of businesses as well a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like Next Level's doing bad.
Well, they're not doing great.
But they're not doing great yet because, what I'm saying, like online, everybody's so comfortable that they're not supporting their locals, you know what I'm saying? And Henry said he's a staple when it comes to helping grow the competition.
Yeah, he is a staple. Like, I mean, he helped with us.
Yes.
Right? And then Chris G came along, then Idom came along, then all these other, like, younger players kind of like iDrop and Master Mike.
Yes.
So, like, he's always been there since, like, he even did help with Eddie Lee as well, too. So he's, like, been there since, like, day one. Like, he's, like, the grandfather of New York City. Facts. When it comes to fighting games, right? Yep. But, man, it's just, you just can't beat the fun of offline. We like to stay home, stay in our boxers, play naked if you wanted to, if you're not streaming, right? You just...
That's what I do about 60% of the time. But I can't do that anymore. Not in this current office.
Right.
Can't do it, man.
Right, and then yeah, speaking of The Office, right? You literally go from like competitor, commentator, and now Remix Prince. You got your own clothing brand going on. Talk about that. That's a new venture.
Well, you know, I was always cool and always had an interest in, you know, apparel, garments, and stuff like that. Mainly embroidery. I love stitching on things. So that's like what we're saving up for right now, to get a nice embroidery machine. It wasn't really an idea that I had, although I always had interest in doing it. You know, for those that follow me before, like I did it with Broken Tier, right, which is pretty cool. So I kind of got like my leg in terms of understanding the apparel business through there. You know, years later through the pandemic, I spoke to my boy Mike, right, CF. And, you know, me and him, we're like Nelson's best friends, right? So for people that don't know, yes, I do own an apparel company with my boys. It's dedicated to my boy Remix, who passed away December 13th of 2013, which is crazy. His birthday's coming up. We was already talking about like visiting him and stuff, but we dedicated the store to him. That on terms of that story, but in terms of like getting involved, Mike pretty much talked me into it, to be honest, because I always wanted to own a business, but I was like, man, I'm not really focused on that. I don't want to do it alone. You know what I mean? Depending on like what it was, right? Like I will never do an apparel business by myself. That's tough.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
It's tough. So I was like, I wouldn't do it by myself. The fact that, you know, he put the idea in my head, and I was just like, man, we could really get a store and get this going. You know, and then the more that I thought about it, the more I was getting interested. I was like, man, you know what? I'm getting to that point, that age. I'm like, okay, let's try to own some land here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that point where we can own some land. And we just went about it that way. And then, mind you, once we got there, once I decided that I wanted to do it, then everything else came next. All right, so what's next? What do I got to get?
Yeah.
So we put all our money together to get a DTF machine. That means a direct-to-film, computers. Like, it took a while. We literally built it from scratch. You know what I mean? And then original, for people that watch me stream back in, I would say like 2018-ish till 2022. And in 2022, I was at a spot called the Warriors Den. It was in Brooklyn. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah, Warriors Den, yeah.
Yeah, so that was like my location.
That's where we filmed the podcast.
Yes,
Your
right
podcast.
across.
Yeah.
This is before I had the business. So like right after I decided to make it happen, I was just like, yo, man, we got to go get a store. You know what I mean? And then lucky for me, Mike, you already had like the location. So, you know what I mean? I looked at the location. I was like, it's great. Let's get it. The rest was history, man. Then I moved the Warriors Den into the shop. So every time you see me do the can opener or any stream, I'm in the shop. It's to the point where I'm streaming and the heat press is right next to me to the left.
You sweating.
And I'm sweating. I'm seeing some guy like, oh my God, such and such and such. I'm like wiping the sweat off my face. Like, motherfuckers is really working while I'm streaming in there. So that's probably one of the reasons I don't stream as much. I try to do 3 times a week. But that heat and to get the job done, and the combination is crazy, bro.
No, yeah, that's cool. Make sure you guys check his Remix Prints out. They've been selling the NEC. They got some amazing stuff. Like, got the can opener series. I got that one, and I bought the Chinatown Fair one. Those are really nice. I actually like the inside. The inside is like really warm. That one's really good. So I like that. So I'll leave the link down below in the description. Okay. So if there was an Evo where only commentators can play, you wash everyone? Like they all suck?
Depending on what's the game.
Let's say Street Fighter 6.
I think I'll smoke everybody. Yes.
Everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think my biggest competition would be counting you.
No. Just like the current commentator circle.
Yeah, I think I'll smoke everybody. I guess the 2 that would be toughest would be Say Jam and Jammers.
Okay. Who'd get last place?
All right, this is no diss, okay? Yeah. Logan, if you don't get used to that pad, it's gonna be Logan.
Okay.
Cause I know he's good. Like he got the mentality for it, but he switched to pad, so he's looking sus as hell.
He got the info. Oh, I didn't even know he switched to pad.
Yeah, one day I'm like, we was playing casuals at UFA. Well, it wasn't even casuals really. Well, it was, and then we ended up in the lab. But I was like, yo, what's your stick? Dude just pulled out the pad out of his bag. I was like, what the f?
What's your 2 favorite fighting games of all time?
Marvel 2 for sure.
Okay.
Number 2, man, there's just so many. I could say Rumblefish 2, but the thing is, I didn't have a chance to grow up and marinate with it. That was literally an arcade game for us, right? This is gonna be so random. Season 1 MKX.
Season 1 MKX. I mean, MKX was really fun. All right, so now those 2 games, right? Which game is getting Thanos Snap? You can only pick one, and the other one just has to disappear for the rest ever and never come.
Sorry, NRS. That is dead, bro. MKX don't exist.
Oh man, it's a great game too. They're both like S tier stats.
Yeah, you know, obviously I'm gonna hit you with the technicality because you know Marvel 2 pretty much helped make me, right?
Yeah.
But if, yeah, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I was surprised you didn't choose like even like Marvel 3 or Street Fighter 4.
So Marvel 3 is up there. So that was gonna be my second choice, right? Besides MKX. The reason why I picked MKX is because, so Marvel 3, I was already used to that style of game. Where in MKX, I never had to hold a block before.
It's tough.
Yeah. So, and then the characters, I was always a big fan of Jax. Even in Mortal Kombat Trilogy, I love Jax. Anybody that could wring your neck and punch you in your mouth, that look crazy, bro. And you hear the metal, the king. Yo, I'm an animated motherfucker. So like when I see like that, it gets me hyped. Like, yeah, I can't believe. I'll wait 20, 30 seconds just to land this one hit just so I can hit you this one combo. And that's what Jax did to me. So it got me acquainted with a new community. I had no idea who was who. So like I obviously like had, you know, guys like Forever King. I knew that we was cool. CD, DJT. You know what I'm saying? His bro. Street Fighter 4. But again, this is a game I'm familiar with already. You know what I'm saying in terms of style of play. So that's why I say MKX. Because it was a fresh new experience. Like I felt that I had to start over, you know, which is cool.
I know now you're cool. You're very cool with everybody and with F Champ. Did y'all really have beef, or because you always be him on the mic sometimes, or is that like a story thing? Because obviously with him versus KBR, like you could tell it was kind of like fun, but you know maybe media, you know, you just like that was 10 out of 10. Biased commentary, like, you know,
some of my best work, and my voice is shot. That's how you know I wasn't feeling them, because my voice was shot and I put all that energy just to talk. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew Champ before for a while, mainly obviously for Street Fighter 4, right? And this was way before Marvel, but he started with Marvel too, so I would hear about him, you know, from like Chunkster. And when I met this dude, but at one point he just came off like as an actor.
Cocky,
little cocky, you know what I mean? I don't mind a little cocky, but I just came off, but. You know, he came up to me one time. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm a big fan, dog. Like, you know, you JWong, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was saying that we was his heroes, and I'm like looking at him like, bullshit.
Yeah,
out of here." But no, he was serious. Like CJ would tell me, and this guy's serious. He was always talking about y'all before he even knew y'all. So I was like, "Oh, that's love," you know. The hate that came about it was when I started commentating. He would talk like, "Yo, that's the competitor, man." Like, but he would. I don't mind hearing it. But like he was going off, yeah. Like he was times 10 on every joke, and you know, and me, I come from the hood, right? So like I'm hearing it, and I'm, you know, I got thick skin, but I'm like, damn, like I could you on right now, like it's one of those things, but you know, it's all in the game, and it was so real because you can even ask all the NorCal homies. They was like, yo, listen, whatever happens with Yipes and Champ, we gonna let it rock. Not on some physical, like if we was talking, we gonna let it rock. You know what I'm saying? Because like at that time, like let's say if I did call like Champ. The CJ and the homies won't get upset because they knew how deep it was. Right? Yeah. But if somebody else did it, like that had no business calling them like a bitch, whatever, then they'll get, you know, defensive and like, yo, we'll f you up type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it was that deep, you know?
It felt so good watching you beat him at Capcom Cup.
Oh, you smiling? I seen you laughing.
Because I know the story, the lore. So when you had a good pop off too, like just like get out of here, like on my face, like I'm not just a commentator type of vibe going on.
So I didn't take it like that. It was more so that I whooped his ass in his hometown, and the fact that his hometown was rooting for me instead of him, I was like, oh yeah, you like that shit? Bask in that month.
Well, you're the reason why Chris G probably won that Capcom Cup.
Made it easier.
Yeah, because like he was used to your style because you played so fair. You had the cheap stuff, but your team is too fair against his team, right? And he did not want to fight Nemo that year. I think Nemo would have cooked them.
Yeah, man, Champ was just talking some real epic to me, dog. Like out of nowhere, B. And then, you know, obviously there was times we exchanged words, but it was never to a point where like I wanted to like you know, me and him was like ready to fight or nothing like that. He was just talking some wild. And the thing is, the problem with Champ is he didn't have a filter at the time like that.
He still doesn't have a filter.
I feel like it's better compared to how it was before.
Yeah, but once he gets going,
yeah, okay, there's no filter. Yeah. Don't stop. Yeah, you know, but you know, with time, we actually got cool. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's still roughing the edges in certain areas. You know what I mean? But it's not to say that he's a piece of shit.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's actually a cool guy. Obviously, he made some mistakes in the past that he's dealing with it now. But it's not enough for me to be like, yo, I hate you. I hate your guts.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I could beat him on a consistent. It was the Phoenix, man. That shit was getting me, bro.
It's always Phoenix.
That shit was getting me tight. I'm like, yo, what the f? is this, dude? Like, I'm whipping it. And mind you, obviously, the smart thing would be like, yeah, but just snap him. But I'm like, yo, it's champ. Like, he got defense.
Yeah.
So it's funny, because of Phoenix, I can't have that same opinion, you know, about characters in certain fighting games. It's like, you know how everybody's complaining about JP and Ken? Like, cool, they got some annoying shit, but it's not enough for me to get me upset. You know?
What's the better feeling, then, since you brought up that? Is killing Phoenix a better feeling, or killing Magneto Marvel 2 right away? They're both kind of there, you know? Because when I kill if I kill a Magneto player, a Magneto main, and they're left with Storm Psylocke, oh, I feel like I'm in heaven.
Oh, I know. Step on my stone.
Yeah.
Yo, oh, that's a good ass question. Damn. I'm going to have to say killing Phoenix, man. Killing Phoenix. That was a good one, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about that one. I was about to crack and just go Magneto, but it was just the history behind it, bro.
Yeah, I guess it's the history of like taking a lot of L's when she does pop. It does suck because it's like, it doesn't seem skillful at that point, right? You just literally just lose because of the technicality that if she gets 5, she's supposed to be the most strongest character of all time.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it was you know, Marvel 2, Magneto. Like, I obviously played Magneto, so I had the same. It was the same even playing field. So like, that's probably why they didn't choose it. But like, Phoenix, come on, man, I was starting Dante, Spencer, and shit. Oh man, I'm not whipping around the screen. I'm on the ground. You know exactly where I'm at. You know what I'm saying when I'm playing those characters. So.
You know, obviously you do a lot of things. Even you mentioned a bit earlier. You know, music. You go to a studio, record some tracks. Like what's up with that? Like, what's the goal from there?
So I'm not trying to make no platinum records. I think at this point it's just more so that creative itch that I want to scratch. I did a couple of tracks already. I was on the verge of completing an EP, but there's just certain people in the squad at the time just didn't have that same urgency. Even when I would like reach out to this said person, I'd be like, yo man, let's go, man, let's be ready, let's do it. You know, and he was the one that was hyping me up, like, yo man, yeah, let's do it, but every time I bring it up, it was always a scheduling issue, or just didn't hit me up weeks later. And I just left it at, I was like, all right, man, you don't got that same urgency. Cool. So now I'm at that point now where I kind of reset it. And I feel like it was a good thing because, you know, through that period of time, I became a better writer. So I feel like I have even more to talk about. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take my time with this. So I got a couple of collabs coming on. One thing that I ultimately want to do is I love the theme of, you ever been to like a bar and it's like you want to be poetic? You got one guy with the piano.
Jazz club?
Yeah, like one guy with the piano, and then you got the girl singing or the guy, right? That's the kind of vibe I want to be at. Like, I want to be with a glass of like tequila, reposado, some Terramana, while I'm just there, just talking real poetic and smooth to the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. So right now, I spoke to Rodney, a couple of people. For people that don't know, Rodney's a commentator, host for Smash Brothers, right? He plays mad instruments. I think the main one that he plays is the piano. So I want to do stuff with him. I spoke to Idon around. I see him with the guitar.
Oh, you're gonna like get a band.
I wouldn't say a band, but I would do themed stuff with, like, I'll do something with Idon, I'll do something with Rod.
I got a ukulele.
You don't know how to play that.
I bought one.
Don't mean you know how to play that shit. You just want to have it just one day. If you get old, you're just gonna rock it?
Yeah, you know, when old, or maybe a harmonica.
If you can rock a harmonica, Jay, you can pull up to my band any day, bro.
Okay. Because I knew we were gonna do this interview, I decided to write some bars. Could you rate my bars?
Absolutely. Go ahead, Jay, give me some.
Okay. We have a special guest on Run the Mindset, known by many because he must have won you some bets. He goes by Yipes, and the mixes are kind of tight. When he hits you, he closes the round like night. He is hot on the mic, and you may wonder, how can I be like Mike? The problem is he is too fast, so all you can do is spectate and watch him on the cast. So thank you, I appreciate you for talking to me. Now let people know what's next and where you'll be.
Oh!
Yo, is it good?
I wish I could do the moves. Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm with that. You know why? Because you actually thought it out.
I did. I was thinking about it.
You was like, all right, let me write this shit. I'm gonna end it here. I'll give you an A+, Jay. Yeah, just put an A+ right here.
Yeah. Can I be part of like the next tracks you do?
I mean, I told you could rock with some joint. Yo, people be thinking I'll be around. Like I told James Chen, like, yo, James, you can jump in the track with me, you know what I'm saying? He actually wrote bars for Evo Japan. Go check that out. It was crazy. But to answer your question at the end of those bars, though, I can't ignore that. What's next for IFC? Definitely want to do a lot more stuff with the apparel and music, but in a way that I could collab with a lot of other communities, where we could just come together under one umbrella and represent just the culture of gaming. Because I believe creativity is a very, very key component when it comes to the FGC. And you'll see that in, you know, people representing themselves in like combos and stuff, and like really showcasing like their thought process through combos, through setups and stuff like that, through, you know, through art galleries, the art through cosplay. You know what I mean? I feel like all of that is under one umbrella, you know what I'm saying, in terms of creativity. So that's why I'm trying to bring the art form of music in there and fashion. And obviously it doesn't look like that right now in terms of the fashion side, but like I'm learning as I go. But the more I do it, the more I already see the vision of where I want to go with it. You know, like little things like that. Like I'm getting to that point where I'm setting myself up just to do the shit that I really like and have fun. Yeah, that's, you know, so
that's ultimately the best way. Is just you just want to do cool shit, have fun, because that's kind of what I want to do. Like it's just do cool stuff, do something that's out of the norm, to just put yourself out there, because the more different stuff that you want to do, the more like better results and more like eyes will be on it. Yeah. So yeah, I think Project Runway with Yipes would be,
that'd be f***ing sick. I'm with it, man. And look, and gotta look at it like this too. You know, and I see this with you. I don't want anything that I'm doing right now feel like work. I guess the only thing that will kind of feel like that is the apparel side, because I'm really there just printing.
Just printing.
Oh, yo, my ankle still hurt right now. We was printing 60 hoodies, dude, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But the satisfaction of getting the job done and getting better at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was what made it fun. But ultimately, I don't want to make it feel like work, where I wake up and I'm like, oh man, I gotta make content.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta stream. Oh man, I gotta go commentate. And I'm far from that, you know what I mean? So that's what keeps it interesting for me, keeps it fresh for me, to just wake up every day in the morning, man, or in the middle of the night, you know, gaming hours, to just get up and just do it all over again, man, to make it better for myself and for the people that really rocks with the culture.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on. You know, it was really a blast. Hope you enjoyed just being part of it and doing that.
I mean, you're a homie, Jay, you know what I'm saying? So you'll get these conversations more natural, you know? I mean, I'm a fan too, but the fan side is like nowhere near the friend side. You know what I'm saying? So
1000%. You came to my wedding, you know, and then if you have your wedding, I'll be there for sure. But yeah, let people know where they can find you and all that type of stuff.
Well, you can follow me at IFC Yipes Everything. Right? We have the Remix Prince Twitter. You can see it in the comments below.
That's really good. Like I said, I'll put all the links down below. You guys can check out IFC Yipes, Remix Prints and everything. Make sure you guys support it. Like, I love the Chinatown Fair. I actually wear that at least like once a week.
Sick.
Like at home, just to like put it on, go to stream and everything. It's just, you know, it's nostalgia. Man. I love the nostalgia and shit.
Me too, man. Me too. But yeah, at IFC Yipes Everything, guys. You know, and shout out to everybody on my Warriors and Monsters that just been supporting me all these years. So I'm still here doing it because I really love doing it. So here we are.
All right, other than that, hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.